All right, so let's take a look at the SLS4ALL Desktop App, and then we'll go through how to add my printer. But first, we'll have to upgrade the software on it. But let's first take a look at the software app. Okay, so when you look at this, it's actually quite similar to the screen you're going to get when you go to the regular printer or even the remote. So over here you got jobs. In here you got all your profiles, and you'll have to recreate those, pull them over. You can transfer those files from your printer. And then this here page on printers up here will show you your printers here on the left. And so I'll have to upgrade my software on my printer, and then once I do that, I could add it here. And then of course settings here, you can see how you can upgrade. This is the software for obviously just the desktop app, and similar to what you do on the printer. So overall, lots of good features on this desktop app, because now what it's going to require, allow us to do, even without connecting the printer, we can actually create new jobs here on our desktop, which will actually run a lot faster and slice a lot faster than the printer, to kind of be able to preview and do all the sort of things you want to do before you actually transfer it over to the printer. So for instance, if we want to create a new job, we'll call this, we'll just call this, I've got some terrain for Warhammer, so I'll just call it terrain, and enter that in here. And then you got to select just like you got to do everything else, you got to set your profile here. So I have, and so now we can add the objects. So add new object, and so we've got to go to, all right, so we'll pull up the train that I want to do here. It's here. So I have two files here. So I'm just going to select both of these. I'm actually not going to print these, but I just want to show these because they still need to be hollowed out. And you can see then it puts it in your program, and we'll go ahead. Attributes, I'm not going to change any attributes. One thing I did tell Pavel that we need to probably change here. Under your attributes, when you add a constraint, it's actually, if you look at down here, the any yaw is disabled. I would like it to be able to print any which way all the time, enabled, and then just and that way I can maximize the packing. So you can see now it can go any way, and frankly I wouldn't even care if it was upside down as well in this particular one, and you can change that. Same thing here, and whenever you make a change on a constraint, you'll see right up here, this shows that there's a constraint on it. And then we're going to do the same thing. So like I said, we shouldn't have to, it should always be on enabled, in my opinion, unless you really need something fixed in a certain location. So then you just, it's the same thing as on your printer. Just do the nesting, and there you go. And you can see that it nests them. Now we can see how many we can load up here. Let's just do 4 of each and just see what it does. So we got to re-nest, and there we go. So you can kind of see then the optimal what it does. So everything's the same as when you're getting ready for a print job, except in this particular case, you don't have to, you can do everything on your desktop, and then you can send it over to the printer. So if I want to preview it, and look how much faster this is than it is if you run it on the Raspberry Pi on your, so boom, it's done. And this particular print says it'll take 8 hours to do it. So those are pretty thick parts, you can see. So I'll end up hollowing those before I print them. But I just wanted to show you how you can actually preview. And then once I get a printer hooked to this, and we'll do that in the next step, I can actually send this job directly to the printer and run it as a remote. So really cool, actually. I think this is a great feature of the desktop, because there's so many times I want to see how things are going to pack and fit in that chamber at home, so I'm not at the same location as a printer or anywhere, and then that way I can have all these jobs ready to go to run on the printer when I need to. So I think a really, really great feature. So now the next step is we'll get our printer software updated, and then we'll add the printer to this. All right, so we're going to download the latest software here, and I'm downloading it now. So when that's done downloading, I'll show you which version I downloaded, so that we can make sure you know what's the latest you need for this program. All right, so it finished downloading, and this is the version. Well, there we go. And he just published this on the September 2nd. This is his latest one. So it's the ends in .1790. So that's what we downloaded. So we just need to restart and update our printer. So we'll let that happen and reboot, and we'll come back afterwards. All right, so we've got the printer software updated. So let's go into printers now, and we'll go into, so we're basically trying to find on the desktop app our printer. So I'm going to go add new printer. I'm just going to say search local network. It says it found it. Okay, and now it just calls it printer at that location. So good. So we've added it, and now it shows me the current status of it right here. So that's cool. So now I can monitor everything, and if I want to start recording, it has the option to record, and I'm not sure, I just hit status. Oh, okay, so now if you hit status, I went here to status, it takes you to the remote view. So I can actually now control the printer from here. Oh, this is cool. So this actually now, by going to the status, I actually have remote control of the printer now through the desktop app. Wow, this is a game changer. So if you notice up here at the top, these tabs, and we'll go to tab 1. So this is basically my desktop app. You can see over here in the top left, desktop app. When I went to status open, it opens actually the SLS4ALL Compact, which is my actual printer. So very cool. And I can do all my job setup from here. So I have a job here. So let's just look at this. So I have a printer. I can probably rename this thing. Yeah, now we can call it main 1. Main 1, enter. Okay, good. So now I have that. And if I go to jobs, so I actually loaded some, I think I told you the other time I had some terrain. These are some more pipes and stuff that I have. And once again, you can hit preview, and you're going to really get a preview. Now, which is interesting is normally this is much quicker on my printer, so I'm wondering, there it goes. I wonder if by being remotely connected to my printer, it's slowed this down, because yesterday at 3:49, that would have taken all about 10 seconds to do. Let's just let this, just a preview of how it's going to go. During this time, you can see how your layers look. You don't want too much printable all in one line. You can get underdosing in your print potentially if you have too much density of laser across the bed here. But I think overall this looks pretty good. And my nesting density is like only 20%, so it's not as high as I want it. So I would find some more parts to add into this. Okay, so it tells us what it would take there. So let's go back to the job, and I'm curious if it send this job. Please select the remote printer, send this job. Oh, okay, cool. So send to the printer. So it'd be interesting how long this takes. I probably will speed this up because it may take a while, and I'll just come back and let you know the impact, how long it took to send it over the remote. Okay, well, there it goes. Actually, it was quite fast. So job send succeeded. So if that's the case, then I should be able to go back over here to tab 2 to the actual printer and look at the jobs, and there it is right there. All ready to go. It says there's some issues with the job. It doesn't like that print profile for some reason. Select process missing, invalid. Okay, so I updated the printer software, and I bet you, Pavel, probably there's some columns that I need to fill in there. So that would probably be the reason. So we can go to that real quick. Go to print profiles, go to my Formlabs, and you can see it's wanting the material. And let's see if there's any other missing data. I think there's one other, maybe not. It looks like everything else is the same. So that looks good. So let's just go back to the job, and it looks like it likes it now. And it probably takes a little while to load up, but there it is. So this is actually on my printer, and I've done everything from my desktop. I could be at home, although I don't think I'd want to start a job from being home, but obviously I've got everything set up and ready to go, and I did all my nesting and building the job at home and send it over to the printer, and so then I can come in and get ready to run it the next day, or whoever's going to run it for me, and start that print job. So love the new feature. Pavel has really come through on this one because it gives you a lot of more functionality. Before, you had to be in the same room on the same network basically as your computer or as your printer, and had to do all your nesting through the Raspberry Pi, which is pretty slow. So this is pretty exciting, and I think you'll like this new feature. So well done, Pavel, Thomas, just doing, taking feedback from the community and building it into a usable format. So thank you.